We're learning tonight that FBI agents asked the Justice Department for a full investigation into a possible criminal conspiracy at the St. Tammany Sheriff's Office after the arrest of a federal agent on a criminal defamation charge 2 years ago. You may remember that HUD investigator Jerry Rogers was arrested after writing emails to the family of high-profile murder victim Nanette Krentel. Those emails criticized how the murder investigation was being handled. In my latest report with our partners at the Times-Picayune New Orleans Advocate, new information on that push for a criminal probe.
And the reason we're investigating this, and I told you on the phone, obstruction of justice has very keen points in it, and that's what this investigation falls under.
This interrogation of a St. Tammany Sheriff's detective was part of a months-long investigation of a federal agent in 2019. It ended with HUD Inspector General investigator Jerry Rogers in jail, charged with criminal defamation. The alleged crime? Rogers sent emails to the family of high-profile murder victim Nanette Krentel, questioning how the investigation into her murder was being handled. Rogers admits he used the email justicenanette@yahoo.com to write, quote, "All detectives are pissed that Dumbo Sheriff brought in a person with zero homicide experience to take over the case." But Sheriff Randy Smith said that wasn't true, and deputies went to Rogers' house, put him in handcuffs and into the back of a squad car, then booked him into the jail for it. They could have just issued a citation. Americans have the right to criticize public officials about their public jobs. Not only have the courts protected that right, but they have consistently found police officers are public officials.
At the very core of the First Amendment is to protect speech that involves matters of public concern and that involves criticizing the government. And that's precisely what this sort of speech was, which makes it very surprising to me that these officers would have believed that that was permissible.
5 months after his arrest, Rogers sued Sheriff Smith and the deputies involved for allegedly violating his civil rights. Depositions in that suit reveal Smith and his detectives were warned by the DA's office it would be unconstitutional to arrest Rogers for criminal defamation. But Smith told his deputies to do it anyway.
So the sheriff's office knew that this was an illegal arrest. They were warned that it was an illegal arrest, and they decided to go ahead with it anyway.
Smith continues to defend Rogers' arrest as, quote, appropriate given the facts of the case.
It should really worry everyone that this sheriff's office is clearly okay with retaliating against its critics using clearly unconstitutional laws. That's morally wrong, and it's also illegal, and the sheriff's office will be held accountable for it.
But this FBI letter indicates agents looked into Rogers' arrest and that they found enough evidence to ask that, quote, a full investigation be opened to investigate for evidence of a criminal conspiracy conducted by the above-mentioned STPSO members and or others. When asked about it, Smith's spokesman said, quote, the sheriff is also aware that Mr. Rogers requested that the FBI investigate the possible violation of his civil rights, and that ultimately, quote, DOJ supervisors determined the captioned matter didn't warrant further investigation.
So Rogers has asked the court in a motion for partial summary judgment to rule that he was improperly arrested. A decision on that is expected in the coming months, and Sheriff Smith said he plans to file his opposition to that at the appropriate time.